Hello everybody, my name is Cul. I'm bringing you guys Random Podcast number 61, and oh my gosh, I feel horrible, and slightly not as horrible as I felt like 5 seconds ago, mainly because I totally casted a whole entire random pub that lasted 31 minutes. I was like, yes, cool, I'm done for the night, I get to go to bed. I was like, oh man, I forgot to hit the record button. So I did hit the record button. I am staring at it right now. I'm staring down at the record button, making sure it's pressed down, so that way I can have a video for you guys today. And really not anything else to say outside of that. The last game did have 3 players from the SCCS in it. It was just a coincidence. It was a pub that was about to start up, and I clicked on it. I was like, oh crap, I recognize that name, that name, that name. So it just made it that much sweeter. But sadly, I forgot to hit the record button. So sorry guys, my fault. Shout out to Static from Static and Friends. Also shout out to Hungry Magic Carp. I'm not too sure what team you played on, but shout out to you. Or yeah, Team Magic Carp, of course. And also shout out to Noobs RS. I don't remember which team you played on as well. Or I don't know which team you played on, but shout out to you two. All 3 of you guys were in the same game, and it's actually pretty cool to see like the SCCS players playing the high level pubs. So anyway, let me go switch to the free camera. We see a Timbersaw. I am pretty happy already. Timbersaw does quite a bit of work if he does get that early start. I would argue that Timbersaw is a snowball hero, but it's kind of hard to say because Timbersaw's damage is like, you know, flat type stuff, and if he starts snowballing, I mean, well, if any hero gets that really good early game advantage, then they're pretty much going to start snowballing anyway. So saying that Timbersaw is a snowball hero just based off of the fact that if he gets the heavy early kills, like he's going to just do well all that throughout the game, it's a very vague statement. So I can't necessarily make that confidently. I'll say that much. Anywho, enough of my rambling, or all my rambling aside, let me go and do an introduction. Starting on the side of the diary. Starting off with Jakiro, we see star. Hold on, how many stars is that? We see filled in star, blank star, filled in star, blank star, filled in star, blank star, or star, 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 star. On that Jakiro, moving over to this Timbersaw, we see X-Chin Dota King on him. Moving over to this Spectre, we see your magic ends here on that Spectre. That's totally an Anti-Mage line, not a Spectre line. Spectre line is more like echo, 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 bottom tower. Anywho. On this Warlock, we see pip, 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 pip,
the battle begins.
Pip, 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 pip. I don't know. A whole bunch of pips. So I shall call you Pip on that Warlock. Moving over to mid on this Pudge, who has a crazy outfit. We see Thozane or Thaozen, the Hanozen on that Pudge. Moving over to this Rubick, who's walking into the enemy jungle just to place a few wards, or maybe he's just here because he likes to be here in the jungle. He feels a little bit more comfortable. Actually, no, hold on, sorry, wrong team. My fault, guys. He's on the right jungle. I missed somebody. I totally missed somebody. Nope, I got everybody. Whoa, what? I got everybody in the first go through. Holy crap! It's a new record. Moving over to the side of the radiant side, we have on this Rubick, we have candles on him. On this Anti-Mage, we see Bendy Dota Best Dodo. So it's not Dindy, it's Bendy. On that Anti-Mage, moving over to this top, we see Darkseid taking actually quite a bit of damage. We see Tada on that Darkseid. He actually might be going down a few more attacks. All they really need. All the creeps looks like they are all dead. So Darkseid did take the full duration of damage from that, because all the other creeps did die. And if it was picked up by Darkseid, he can actually be pretty darn annoying with his Iron Shell. But his Iron Shell will be running out very sadly. So probably should have thought about popping another Iron Shell before he actually did that. But hindsight's 2020. Moving over to this Invoker, we see Hero on him, and I think I missed the Lone Druid, who's actually in the jungle. I haven't seen a jungle Lone Druid in quite some time. We see Bats on that Lone Druid, and that rounds out the entire callouts on the side of everybody. So on the entire map's called out. As far as lane matchups go, we see a little bit of engagement happen mid. We got Pudge in a little bit of trouble. Pudge, he actually could turn around and go for a kill on top of Darkseid if he would hook fast enough. Darkseid doesn't have any surge just yet. He only has Iron Shell, so he's just there to do a little bit of harassment damage and just make Pudge want to back up. And Pudge did back up. He was actually looking for a hook. I would almost 100% guarantee it. We will be seeing Quaz X on Invoker, which makes me pretty sad because I like seeing Quaz X Invoker. But hey, more damage, more sunstrikes, more kills, more fun. You know, on this Timbersaw down bottom, looks like he's going for the a really defensive build. Rolling Death plus a reactive armor, as opposed to any points inside of his Timber Chain. He'll probably be maxed his Timber Chain next. Maybe another 0.7 for Rolling Death. But pretty much, as far as that Timbersaw goes, what he wants to do is he pretty much wants to get as many last hits as possible, even if he has to use his Rolling Death, which only costs 70 mana. which is, well, relative to his mana pool, a significant amount. But at least he'll get the last hit if he times it right, of course. And they can actually go for a quick kill on top of somebody if they do come around the corner, specifically a Rubick, because Rubick, he's going to die anyway if he gets a little bit too close, if he gets caught out in any position or any way, shape, or form. Anyway, enough talking about that. Let me go and bring a last into the nines because I totally forgot to bring that up at the very beginning. Spectre does have the most last hits on the map, which is actually an excellent thing to see. That means she's going to be able to hit her stride that much faster. You can see that despite the fact that she's going against a Darkseer who's just being as annoying as possible with those iron shells, she's actually doing really well with her last hitting. And she's actually pretty darn healthy too. She has a ring of health already up, so she farmed that up pretty darn fast. If we look at the net worth really fast, this is a quick look. Spectre, of course, is worth the most on the map. I think Anti-Mage was involved in a little bit of harassment, of course, because Jakiro and Timbersaw can actually do quite a bit of work on top of you. Ice Path into Timber Chain, or Ice Path into Whirling Death can actually do quite a bit of damage. And it also allows Timbersaw to actually line up a Timber Chain. Sorry. We got a lot of damage getting done on top of Candles. Candles did get caught way out of position. Invoker did come down bottom, so Hero's down here. That's totally what just happened. Star will be going down. First Blood does go to the Invoker. A little bit delay on that call there, sir. But he did get it indeed. He did indeed get it. Rubick almost going down, actually. But the fact that these guys do seem... I'm really curious to see why these guys didn't back up. They have Observers in a very optimal position to see the Invoker come around the corner. It's a very high chance Invoker had himself an Invis rune. And I just completely missed it. Nope, Darkseer had an Invis rune. He had a haste? Yeah, okay, Invoker had a haste, so they couldn't back up fast enough, so they decided to stand and fight. That is the dire side, of course. Invis rune picked up by Pudge, Invis rune activated by Pudge. He's actually going to go down bottom, see if he can go and get himself another kill. Or sorry, a revenge kill for his team. They should be able to get a quick kill on top of Anti-Mage if they time it right. They really have to be quick about it though, because Anti-Mage is going to blink as soon as he sees trouble starting to come his way. Timbersaw doesn't have any points out of Timber Chain. Pudge going to be turning around for the hook. They're going to wait for Jakiro Ice Path. Jakiro does juke an Ice Path, and I think Anti-Mage does know that there's a Pudge down here. I think Pudge almost walked into vision range. Hit coming up from Pudge on top of Rubick. Rubick going to be going down pretty darn easy. Easiest kill of their life. And Pudge is able to pick up the kill with that Rot, because Rot OP as crap. Meanwhile, Warlock trying to do a little bit of harassment, or he's healing up the Spectre, of course, on the same team. Invoker comes up top. Hero just trying to go for a quick kill on top of Pip. Pip trying to run away. The Iron Shell just being as annoying as possible. I think he popped himself a clarity as well, or a healing salve as well. That's not really going to do much. Spectre's going to start running as well. And Darkseer Invoker combination it's not the Darkseer Invoker combination. It's just the fact that Darkseer can just chase your supports until they die with the Iron Shell, and that's Iron Shell level 3 if I'm not mistaken already. So that's a lot of damage coming up from that. And I think I just heard a Medallion of Courage, which actually be pretty cool. Nope, I didn't hear a medallion. Oh, no, I do. Cool. Lone Druid has a Medallion of Courage. Heck yeah. I love this. Interesting stuff coming up from Lone Druid. And oh my gosh, sorry. Wrong button. So it's going to be a lot easier kills inside the jungle. It's also going to give him some nice mana regeneration, which he doesn't really need. It'll give him armor, though, which he does need. Meanwhile, down bottom, I heard a little bit of dual breath action going on around the corner. Lone Druid going to show up down bottom, see if he can get a few roots. On top of Timbersaw. Timbersaw in a lot of trouble. Timbersaw doesn't have any points on Timber Chain as well, so he's actually going to be hoofing it and trying to make it out alive. And he will be able to make it alive. 2 points of reactive armor. Medallion of Courage, Lone Druid. It's a very creative thing to go for. As it's trying to break the current meta of just build yourself a Maelstrom on the bear and then farm for 90 minutes until something happens. Meanwhile, we got Darkseer and Spectre going toe to toe. Spectre Knight will pick up the kill on top of Darkseer just yet. She doesn't have any points off her. Oh, actually, no, she does. She doesn't have any points off her Desolate, but she does. She has 2 points off her Desolate, which is really helpful. That is free damage. That's what that is, guys. Spectre ulti is up, so she can get ready for a big team fight happening at bottom. Actually, we might be seeing Timbersaw go down bottom. He's trying to trade blows with his Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage damage, I think it was reduced. Yes, it was reduced because of that Whirling Death. Because Whirling Death is no fun. It might kill you. Meanwhile, Lone Druid still in the jungle, farming up, trying to get his big items. His bear, likely we'll be seeing face boost come on top of bear. But it's really hard to tell. We will just see. We shall see, said the blind man. Soul Ring purchased out by Darkseer. He did go that standard stuff coming up from Darkseer. As far as the rest of actually no, we see engage happens on mill. Thozane on that, or Thazane on that Ozin on that Pudge might be going out. He can't turn around and throw his ulti on top of somebody, but I don't think it really helped out much. He's trying to kill the bear. The bear, he actually brings himself close to death. Lone Druid taking a little bit of damage from the tower just to make sure his bear doesn't die. He actually resummons. He could have most definitely just walked down bottom. Walk back to base and heal the bear up, but he didn't want to risk it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Because that bear is worth money. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage is going to go ahead and be as annoying as possible to Jakiro. Jakiro should be going out. Nope, never mind. Anti-Mage is a little bit trigger happy. It's extremely difficult to judge when to pop your mana break as an Anti-Mage, especially when it's a level 1 mana break. Jakiro, he was obviously out of mana completely, but the mana break only does like 0.6 times your mana missing, so it's not a lot. Timbersaw actually taking quite a bit of damage. He has no mana. Actually, Timbersaw versus Keep It Light. Actually, I've actually had that engagement where I was the Timbersaw and I was the Keep It Light, and it was the most annoying thing in the world. Darkseer taking quite a bit of damage coming out from that Fatal Bonds. Will he be going out is a big question. It looks like it won't be enough damage unless Warlock can just do that much damage to kill him. Like 1,000 damage. And then Darkseer might die, but Darkseer should be fine. He has a soul ring up, and he's actually going to go ahead and turn around, try to get his last hit on top of his creep. That might be his death. That might be his demise. He's going to go ahead and start surging away. No last Shadow Word thrown from Warlock on top of that Darkseer. So no additional damage thrown around. Timbersaw does have himself up Arcane Boots, which will be helpful as far as him casting his abilities. He doesn't have any points of his ulti just yet because he knows he won't have the mana regeneration to sustain it. So that's actually a really cool thing to see. And actually, the fact that there's Anti-Mage as well, there's probably another reason why he doesn't have any points inside of his ulti, because he knows he won't have enough mana to hold it up anyway, because Anti-Mage just drain all the mana that he has. Bear's around the corner by himself up phase boots, so Lone Druid has the phase boots, so like I said, we see phase boots with the bear. We'll probably see the bear transition to like a standard type thing where we see the Maelstrom anyway, but there's no Hanamize on top of Druid. He did go for the Medallion of Courage instead, which gives us some really nice armor, which is cool for when you have a Spectre punch you in the face. But as far as everybody else, I mean, it's really questionable. Timbersaw is actually going to go ahead and turn around, man up on top of Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage looks like he's going to be winning this man fight. Pudge does go down mid to the Lone Druid. Root Gaming probably. And Timbersaw is actually going toe-to-toe with Anti-Mage. It's actually a pretty cute thing to see because Anti-Mage has himself a ring of health. Timbersaw pretty much has himself a ring of health. Look at the regen coming out from Timbersaw. That's ridiculous. 17 regen. Anti-Mage can't do enough damage to actually kill him. That's also a lot of armor coming on top of Timbersaw. Timbersaw man mode. That is what we're seeing. We're seeing man mode Timbersaw. Or man Dodo Timbersaw. Anti-Mage can't do anything but just say bad things to him. And hope Timbersaw feels bad. So honestly, a mana break on top of Timbersaw will end his life. And here's a mana break. Mana break does fall. Timbersaw does go down. He wasn't able to pop his arcane boots fast enough. He did not have enough mana to actually pop his arcane boots, and he finally goes down. Rubick was here to help out as well, but I think Anti-Mage would have got the kill regardless. Meanwhile, Lone Druid is still farming in the jungle. Bear taking a lot of damage, and he has transitioned to more standard style of the bear play with that Orb of Venom at least. Hopefully we do see the Maelstrom just so I can say, yeah, I was right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But it really depends. Jakiro, nothing but a headdress. Holy crap. He looks awesome. Nothing but a headdress. All stars and a headdress. So Star feeling pretty poor as a support, but as you should feel as a support because you're buying all the wards, you're the one calling all the plays, and your carries are the ones getting on the farm. Meanwhile, we see a lot of people on the side of the raid. Pushes mid tower. Mid tower does go down. Hero on that Invoker hasn't necessarily been all that active around the map. He is going to be going for Quas Wexen type of Invoker as opposed to a Quas Exort, which I actually really do like seeing. Like I said before, because it gives a lot more CC, and with this current team comp, it'll be really nice because Rubick is the only form of hard CC to actually have with the telekinesis, and also the after effect of telekinesis stun. Lone Druid is not really reliable as far as the other stuff goes, and Lone Druid actually, oh my gosh, of all people, Pudge gets a perfect hook. Lone Druid should be going out 4-step, backing forward, backing away, coming out from Darkseer. Lone Druid does still go down around the corner. Nobody's able to actually save his life. Darkseer trying to run away. Will Darkseer be able to make it alive? Yes, he should be able to make it alive. Spectre's hot on his tail though. She's moving fast as crap. Will she be able to make it? A few more attacks, 2 more attacks, all she really needed. She wasn't able to get the last one off either. Maybe just 1 more attack, and that could be a turn on Roshan. Roshan did get put down to half health. These guys do have Timbersaw who can tank it up. But since Spectre's going to go and stand there, and Spectre has no points inside of her dispersion. She's decided instead to be really aggressive with her build and put points inside of her Spectre Dagger and Desolate and her ulti as well. I would really prefer to see at least 1 point inside dispersion, just because, I mean, what was that, 7%? Oh, 10%. 10% damage reflected is 10% damage not felt. Which might be pretty useful, especially when the Anti-Mage pops his mana break on top of you. Or Invoker tries to do all his extra damage stuff. Invoker looks like he's going for a Hand of Midas. This is actually going to be really late Hand of Midas. Usually the time of a Hand of Midas is before you finish your boots. And Invoker did finish his boots already, so Phase Boots already finished. That pretty much delayed his Hand of Midas by 900 gold, about 900 gold. Actually, no, 900 gold exactly, so 450 times 2.
Is under attack.
So he could have his Hand of Midas up already, and then he could have his Phase Boots up afterwards. But he did decide to go first for the Phase Boots, which, I mean, it's really situational, it really depends, because, I mean, all I really know is that if you send Invoker to offlane, he needs boots, just so he can survive, because that low movement speed is not going to do too much as far as his survivability goes. Movement speed on Invoker is not, I mean, movement speed in general is not necessarily going to always save your life, but Invoker, he really needs it. You know, we got Pudge on his ulti on top of a creep, I'm not too sure why, but he gets on top of a creep. Oh, okay, never mind. His ulti has a 30-second cooldown, so of course he's throwing on top of creep.
Tower is under attack.
Gives himself a little bit of farm, and he also has himself. Oh, is that 4 staff? No, it's just a TP scroll. That was something fancy. Meanwhile, down bottom we got Jakiro trying to defend his tier 1 tower. Tier 1 tower does go down to the lone Druid. Bear is able to finish it off with just one more attack. TP coming out from Invoker. He's TPing back to base. He does have his Hand of Midas up. Where is it at? It's a big question. He has a hand. Okay, it's in the courier. Hand of Midas is up. He needs to go ahead and get ready to use it.
Rubick the Unseen?
In Anti-Mage, what kind of build you going for? He's going for the standard type, I'm going to farm everything around the map and get 6 slotted type Anti-Mage, as opposed to the I'm more mid-game oriented and going to push the crap out of you Anti-Mage. So, Battle Fury coming up on top of him. It should be up very shortly. 200 more gold is all he really needs. Darkseer's transitioned to a mechanism for his team. I thought it was another mech on his team. Or was it the other team? That's Jakiro. Jakiro started building himself the pieces for a mech, but he's going to be a long ways away from that, especially considering the fact that he's not necessarily getting a lot of farm. Timbersaw has an Earn Shallows, which is going to be really nice for his mana regeneration. Also going to be really nice for some burst heal if he needs to use it. Arcane Boots already on him to supplement his mana. Spectre does have Aegis, because they did go for Roshan, so that's a little bit extra gold in the pockets of everybody. Anti-Mage finishes Battle Fury. Mechanism coming up on Darkseer, and I can breathe. Calm before the storm. We see a surge coming forward on top of Darkseer. Darkseer wants to get his bear inside, wants to get the bear inside there, try to get a quick root, but Bats. Is it Bats? Yeah, Bats on the lone, in a lot of trouble. He's trying to run. Pudge hook does miss completely. Warlock ulti to fall, and that's a big, huge ulti. Bats does go down. Also, so does the Darkseer as well, and this will be a Rubick going down as well. Timbersaw able to do quite a bit of work. Just help out his allies. Spectre did get the kill, which is what you want to have. Aegis is popped by Spectre. Hero does go down on top of that Invoker, and that's pretty much a huge team wipe on the side of the Dire. They're pretty much just able to kill everybody who's there. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage is going to go ahead and farm. Like I said, he has a Battle Fury, so he's going to be out of service essentially for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Literally the next 20 to 30 minutes. And just continue to farm up as much as he possibly can, because his team needs him to get to that stage where he's just unkillable. Likely, as far as items that he'll go for, we'll likely, of course, see the Mantis style. We'll probably see a heart coming up before we see anything else. A BKB on top of Anti-Mage. I mean, it's really questionable, because you have the Warlock ulti, which does go through magic immunity. The stun does. Sorry, the stun goes through magic immunity. You have Pudge hook plus Pudge ulti. You also have Spectre with her Desolate. I think Desolate goes through magic immunity as well. So that's pretty much a lot of stuff that Anti-Mage has to still worry about, even after he pops magic immunity. So going for a BKB instead of going for any of those other items I mentioned before, like a heart or a Mantis style or a basher into a blade, might be a little bit risky. He is going to be going for a Mantis style first. The first pieces of that Mantis style. I'm sorry, of that Yasha.
Regeneration.
Oh man, you know what I noticed? What if Timbersaw got a regen rune and he threw his ulti out? Holy Jesus, guys, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Infinite mana? What? That's what Timbersaw wants. Anywho. As far as the rest of the items go, we see Warlock's building himself a Aghanim Scepter. We see Lone Druid with a very interesting build. He's going for a Vladimir's Offering, which I personally do not like, but it will give Lone Druid some survivability. It gives him specifically some extra armor. It also gives him some nice regen. It will also give the bear some nice life steal. So yeah, the Vladimir's Offering on top of the bear, that'll be pretty nice. Actually, he hasn't completed, but he hasn't used it just yet. There we go. He's gonna pick it up. The bear gives him the recipe, and he picks it all up. Spectre builds himself a... Oh man, I totally should have picked it up. I totally should have picked it up on that a long time ago. Radiance purchased up on top of Spectre. That's going to be really helpful as far as her illusions doing damage, but it's going to be really extremely risky because that means she has no extra things for survivability. She's trying to build herself a Vanguard to supplement her HP and also supplement her regeneration, but it's not really going to be as effective once you get to the late game. But hopefully... Sorry, what the plan probably is by then is to have, or for her to have a diffusal blade, for her to have a heart, for her to have things to make her stay alive. But as you guys see right here, Spectre spent a lot of gold on that item, and she took quite a bit of damage coming out from just one tornado. So she is still very, very vulnerable to damage, of course, as everybody is, but she's a lot more vulnerable because she also built that Radiance, and she wants to stay alive to make sure that Radiance actually pays for itself. Nobody necessarily has a Blink Dagger on the side of the Radiant as well. Radiance is really nice versus people who build Blink Daggers like an Axe or like a Tide Hunter or like a Magnus. But nobody really has, like I said, a Blink Dagger, so it's not really stopping anybody from that. And we got the wraparound gang coming out from the Radiant side. They are trying to go and see if they can get a kill on top of somebody. Lone Druid was cut off from the rest of his team, so he was spotted out. Pudge going to come around the corner, throws out the hook, gets the bear. Not too sure if he'll actually be able to do anything. Medallion encouraged used by Lone Druid on top of Pudge, and the fight will be breaking around the corner. Beautiful ice path. This is what these guys want to fight. Vacuum wall, not really following up just yet. There we go. We got the vacuum only pulling on top of Jakiro. Timbersaw did make an illusion of his own. Spectre ulti is going to fly, doing a lot of damage with those Radiance burns. And Spectre's not going to actually do anything. Pudge did DC, so hopefully we'll see a pause here soon. And that pretty much ends the fight. So it pretty much ends in the Radiant losing out, despite the fact that they had a much more favorable position. The ice path coming up from Jakiro was perfect. It was exactly where they want to fight when you had that kind of ice path and a nice little choke point. But yeah, everything else happened. So things died. Anti-Mage taking quite a bit of damage. Will he be going on to Earn the Shadow's ticks? No, of course not, because he has 1 point inside of his spell shield, which I think did make the difference. 26% magic resistance just for 1 point inside spell shield. Just to put that into perspective, when you build a cloak, which costs 550 gold, if I'm not mistaken, you only get 15% spell resistance. But Anti-Mage gets 26% for just one single skill point. And that is quite powerful. If you look at Hooded Defiance only gives you 30. Pipe gives you 30 because of Hooded Defiance. So Anti-Mage essentially gets himself a free Hooded Defiance, minus the regen, of course, with just 1 point inside spell shield. Invoker's starting to build himself the first pieces of his Tornado Stick. He has a Staff of Wizardry up, which would be pretty nice. Or he could be going straight for Aghanim Scepter. I would prefer to see the Tornado Stick, of course, so he actually have regen or mana regeneration to actually use his abilities, but not to each their own. To each their own. I am really digging the innovation coming out from this Lone Druid build. I'm not too sure if this is like the new meta for Lone Druid or anything, but I am seeing it here first. I am learning. You guys are here watching it with me, experiencing this whole entire thing, unless you guys, of course, do it yourself or have seen it yourselves before. This is my first time seeing it. With the Medallion of Courage, specifically the Medallion of Courage. Now, I've seen Lone Druids in the past go for Vladimir's Offering, but I haven't necessarily seen them go for the Medallion of Courage as well. So it's actually really cool, because it just makes the bear do more damage without giving the bear more damage items. The only drawback to it is that it lowers the potential of Lone Druid's armor. It lowers the level that Lone Druid's armor could potentially be, that's what I'm trying to say. And it also makes him a little bit more vulnerable, but Lone Druid does get a crap ton of armor coming out from his ulti form, his true form. I think he gets like what? How much? Come on, tell me. Come on, do it. You can do it. Dota doesn't want to tell me. No, sad days. I should know anyway. Top tower does go down. Anti-Mage will pull it down, and this is gonna be like I said. Anti-Mage is gonna go ahead and farm for 20 whole entire minutes. He already has himself up a base style. He probably wants to start building a heart next. I would like to see a heart next. And I heard a hook come out from Pudge, but I don't think it actually caught anything important. So nothing will be the result of that. It's not a 4-step. Hayshroom Pudge. Hayshroom Pudge is huge. He can basically run up to you and just kill you. Or sorry, run up to you, pop your ulti, hold you down, make sure you can't go anywhere, and then his team will show up to kill you afterwards. The only question is, who will he be throwing his ulti on? If he throws on top of Anti-Mage, that'll be extremely risky because Anti-Mage can just blink out, especially, or he can just turn on a man fight. And I think he should be able to kill Pudge before Pudge is able to kill him. If they go one-on-one, of course. With Pudge, you know, throwing the hook and popping his ulti and trying to do everything he can. Because Anti-Mage has that Yasha, and if things do go bad, then he can just blink away. And now he has a man style as well. That equals more damage coming out from him. His damage output is increased immensely just from one man style. All he really needs to do now is start putting more points off his mana break.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, mana break.
Radiant structures
Mana void,
are
that's what it's called
fortified.
earlier. You know, we see a team fight happening on the corner. We got Pudge getting caught in the worst way. He gets hit with the ice path. He gets hit with the roots. That's what it was. And he also gets hit with the cold snap. What was
Dire's
that? Was that
bottom
on the
tower
same team?
has fallen.
No, yeah, okay. He got hit with the cold snap. Hayshroom, like I said, was bottled up before. That can be very dangerous, but it did save his life, so it was very helpful for Pudge specifically. Timbersaw still mid. I haven't necessarily seen Timbersaw do anything too impressive just, as of late. He's died once. He's gotten 5 assists, so that's pretty cool. But the Vanguard is purchased up on top of him. No Bloodstone purchase just yet. No Bloodstone rush. Pretty cool stuff. And Pudge hooks the Timbersaw right on back to where he was. Timbersaw getting himself some free region. And it's also refreshing to see how Timbersaw played how Timbersaw's being played as well. Some pretty innovative stuff getting done in this game, I'll say that much. Having the Timbersaw max his reactive armor as opposed to putting more points inside of his Timberjane, it's actually pretty cool to see that he can actually go toe-to-toe with the Anti-Mage with only 1 point inside of his mana break. So that means that he can pretty much survive almost anybody at one-on-one because his regions are a lot higher than their auto-attack damage. Of course, if he has max stacks. And Timbersaw, of course, like I said, is doing a really good job. Make sure he always has those max stacks. Free region, he's already at max HP. If only those stacks counted for mana too, I think that would be the most broken thing in the game. Timbersaw would be pretty much a less useful alchemist when he's farmed, of course. Tornado coming out from Hero on that Invoker and not really able to do anything. Pudge trying to get the hook on top of that Invoker, but the creep getting in the way. Sad days. Hand Minus was used around the corner. I didn't see who was used by. Rubick? Rubick? No, not Rubick. Anti-Mage? Oh, Invoker. Invoker, of course. Region Room purchased up by Pudge. That could be deadly because I think Pudge's rot can still heal, or he can still heal himself while he's still rotting. Could be wrong. If it works anything the same way that a healing salve works, then Pudge's region should run out after the first tick of his rot damage comes through on top of him. Because the way the healing salve works, like I think a healing salve it heals your HP, but rot is negative negative HP on top of you. And that's magic damage. But it does enough damage to get rid of healing salve's effects. So it might do the same thing with the region rune. I'm not too entirely sure why exactly that is, but it just gets rid of healing salve at max level, of course, or is a level 3 or higher. I don't really know. My brain's starting to hurt, guys. I'll say that much. Just to let you guys know ahead of time. Let's go and see if Dota tells us. See, we got somewhere right away. Anti-Mage is chasing himself a wild Timbersaw does throw out the ulti. Just catch Anti-Mage in the corner. Spectre dagger does fall out. It will be able to catch spot out where Anti-Mage is running. And Anti-Mage is going to do very smartly, so run away completely. Go ahead and go farm up the top lane, because he's not 6-slotted yet. Looks like he's going straight up for the heart. Or he could be going for a butterfly. I mean, I honestly think if he doesn't go for a heart, that'd be the weirdest, most WTF moment I've seen in quite some time, because he really needs to have that heart. The region that he gets from that when he's not getting attacked is going to be really useful, because that means he can go back in and just be that much more aggressive. He doesn't necessarily have that high demand, or that big of a demand on top of mana, outside of just needing enough mana to pop his Mantisaw or to pop his Blink. That's really about it. We got the rotations finally coming in from the Dire. They're going to come straight up the side, try to see if they can catch the Anti-Mage, who blinks away to the side. Pudge gets a hook. I don't think he actually landed on top of the right Anti-Mage. He landed on top of Illusion instead. Illusion does go down. Anti-Mage still trying to farm up what he can. Still trying to take down as much damage, do as much damage as possible to that tower. Spectre running around the backside. She did throw out the Spectral dagger. The Radiance is burning. The Radiance is burning through, but it will not be able to catch Anti-Mage. But it doesn't matter, because Anti-Mage will still be able to blink away. Spectre, your magic ends here. Just
Dyer's
Actually, it's kind of ironic. Your magic ends here on the Spectre versus an Anti-Mage who actually says your magic ends here. Anywho. Anti-Mage with an illusion rune. Gonna go ahead and send them up there. That's a free mana burn that he can get if he can get them in place to attack a few people. He actually might be able to get a kill on top of a support such as Warlock, who's building himself an Aghanim Scepter as opposed to anything else, which makes it. I mean, it's really cool to have that double golem to actually be able to push things. We got Pudge ulti going in mid. We got Timbersaw throwing his ulti as well. Just trying to make sure Darkseid can't run away. Darkseid is getting body blocked like a balls. Spectre ulti to fly. We got the Sunstrike coming up from Invoker. A lot of stuff happening and stuff is hitting the wall. Rubick does go down too. A hook coming up from Pudge. Meanwhile, we got Spectre just burning away everything. And we got Root Gaming coming up from that Sealer Bear. And there's a cold snap coming from Invoker on top of Timbersaw. Timbersaw's out of mana, sad days. He needs mana. The bear is still trying to do what he can just to shoot these guys away. He's getting burned up by the Radiance coming up from Spectre. And the Vladimir's offering is still on top of Lone Druid. But what does the bear have? Actually, no, the bear has a Vladimir's offering pretty cool. The Downing Curse is the only thing that Lone Druid really has. And Timbersaw doing really nice, despite the fact that he never has mana. I am in awe at the play coming out from, of course, Timbersaw. And we got a pause. Cool, perfect timing. Because I had the yawn. Ah, that hurt. I'm gonna make sure everything's still going. Cool, Skype. Let's close that because I'm not using it. Darn it! Why does Skype never quit when I hit the X button? Late night dodo. Jeez. Or sorry. Midway afternoon dodo. Oh man, it's so stressful because I totally have to go back to work in like 20 minutes because this is at 2 o'clock the day that I posted it. Unless you're watching the future, which you guys don't really care what time I posted it because you're just watching it. Haha, yeah. No, I totally do my videos by schedule, which is why I can keep such a consistent flow of videos, or non-consistent flow of videos if you guys want to put it that way. And man, jeez, it's bad, guys. I am fatigued. I don't know what just happened. I totally went to work today, and I did a lot of desk work, so I wasn't as engaged as I usually am because I usually go out into the wild outdoors and have fun, driving all around the place, and checking things that are important. But today I was like, I was gonna sit at my desk today and do a whole bunch of desk work, which I needed to do, and I got it all done. And then I had like an entire hour. I think it was like my last hour at work. It was like, there's nothing to do, and I don't want to go do my field work. So I sat at my desk, stared at my computer for an hour. Anywho, Spectre's back up. Enough of me rambling. Enough of you guys hearing about my life. I'm totally not gonna tell you guys where I work because that would be against our company policy. But just know it's somewhere. Just know I work somewhere as an intern. We got, what's this? Oh my gosh, is that Anti-Mage diving? No, Anti-Mage's gonna go ahead and go for the Rex. Holy crap! I totally did not see that he was actually going for this. He's gonna go ahead and go for the Rex. He's gonna blink away and TP out on around the backside, very smallly. So wow, holy crap, Anti-Mage! And we got everything, all the abilities coming from everybody. Just trying to kill stuff from there. Just WTF, I wasn't there. I don't know how Anti-Mage got there either.
Their wound shall be deep.
Anywho, Anti-Mage is able to get himself the top tower, apparently. So tier 3 tower does go down. Easy tier 3 tower at that. Pretty much one person, only one person, that was the Anti-Mage, was able to take down his tier 3 tower. And this is what makes Anti-Mage one of those scary things, because Anti-Mage, of course, he's playing more so the like I said, the 20-minute farm up of the big items and then push all, roll with the team and kill everybody, or play cleanup crew if he really wants to. He did go for the battle for the butterfly instead of going for the heart, which makes you sad. But his heart's completely purchased. Butterfly, sorry, his butterfly's completely purchased. Man, I'm off the rocket today. Heart will be really nice as far as it helps him with his actual HP and also helps him regen so he can actually jump back into those fights. But the butterfly does really help out as far as his evasion, because I think butterfly gives 35% evasion now. Yeah, 35% evasion, which means that you pretty much miss every other fourth ability slash attack due to him. Which is quite helpful when you have a Spectre who's doing quite a bit of damage with her dispersion plus diffuse blade plus auto attack. Rashawn actually getting done by the Dire side. Sunstrike coming up from Invoker. These guys will know about this, and the Dire need to really hurry up. Anti-Mage not really in the best of positions to actually fight this right now. We got Lone Druid chasing this Pudge. Pudge really desperately trying to run away. He gets rooted up by the bear. Of course, Luke Gaming coming in. Pudge turns around, throws it all on top of the bear. He says, screw this, YOLO, bro. And there's an ice path coming out from Jakiro. We'll be able to stop the Dark Team from actually popping the vacuum, do anything. H is picked up by Spectre, and the fight will commence around the backside. We got the Blade Mail popped by Timbersaw. Timbersaw throws out ulti, and Rubick throws out telekinesis on top of it. Timbersaw trying to get a little bit more damage on Rubick. He can actually take down Rubick if he wants to. No, there's a purge coming out from something, or I don't know what's happening. Rubick. Rubick saw Timbersaw ulti, and he threw Timbersaw ulti right back out, so I didn't know which blade was which. All of those people were dying around the corner. Spectre might be going around the corner. No, she does not go down. That was just a random root coming out from Lone Druid. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage still puts on the top. This is, like I said, this is what makes Anti-Mage so scary, is that because he can actually split push. So while his team is doing all this stuff, Anti-Mage is up top, split pushing like a boss. He's actually going to do the same thing he did last time. Go into the corner, try to blink away, but Pudge is on top of it. Pudge gets the hook, and there's Anti-Mage going down. Instantly buy him back. No boosted travel purchase up on top of him just yet, but he should have it soon. Excuse me. AC purchased up by a Lone Druid. That's going to help out his bear damage. It's also going to help his team take these towers down. Where's the bear? Where's the bear? I ate the bones! Okay, there's a bear. Bear's in base. Bear has Vladimir's offering plus AC, and he also has a random Orb of Venom. What will he be going next? He brings himself a healing salve just to heal up his leader. Good bear. Good bear. Well done. Well done, bear. Well done. Oh, and also another thing to note as well. Vladimir's offense is really nice on top of Anti-Mage as well, because it'll help Anti-Mage do a little bit more damage and be a little bit more aggressive. It'll allow him to be a little bit more aggressive. Bear's able to get a root on top of that Spectre. Spectre not going to be able to really follow. Hook coming up from Pudge, he does miss. Invoker with the tornado, able to catch off 2. Or actually, no, he caught off 1. It looked like he caught up 2, but he definitely only caught up 1. Your magic interior on that Spectre is still getting rooted up on the backside. Pudge throwing his ulti, force throws ulti on top of the bear, throws on the hook as well. These guys really want to gank that bear. Bats on that Lone Druid. He's still taking a lot of damage. If this bear does go down, he actually might be losing his life. Will he be going down? The bear does already go down. He's getting burned away by the Spectre. Pudge able to finish off with the hook. Beautiful hook coming out from Ozane. Meanwhile, we got Rubick on that. Sorry, we got Candles on that Rubick, still trying to run away. He stole hook, which would actually be really cool. Depending on who he hooks in, he can hook into Jakiro and possibly get a quick kill, or maybe just use it as a nuke. But Rubick's on the wrong side of this tower, and he's going to run back into the base, get back in these walls. And this middle tier 2 tower will be going down. Pudge is going to go ahead and TP back to base because Anti-Mage is still being a nuisance, pushing back, or sorry, pushing those towers in the backside. And all he's doing is just showing up and punching creeps in the face, and it's pushing everything. Spectre able to get herself a godlike spree. She got the kill on top of Rubick. Not too sure how it really happened, but just a lot of damage getting done. Anti-Mage's going full man mode. He gets a kill on top of 1. He gets a kill on top of 2. Aegis popped on top of Spectre. Spectre will be back up soon. Anti-Mage's going to be able to blink out. Will he be able to make it out alive? It's a big question. Spectre ulti did not catch Anti-Mage for some reason. We got Invoker going invisible. Hero, will you be going down? Yeah, Hero's gonna be going down. Spectre's still trying to see if she can follow him, find him and get a kill. Invoker trying to run away. He's taking quite a bit of damage there. He finally makes it alive. And Anti-Mage, he's back into the fight. He's really healthy. He's ready to go for the kills. Your magic ends here on that Spectre. Will be going down. Throws on a Spectre dagger just to see if she can run away, but it's not fast enough. If only it was her moving that fast and not the Spectre dagger. And as far as build comparisons go, of course, the fight comes down to Spectre versus Anti-Mage. And one of the biggest things to point out is the fact that Anti-Mage has himself a butterfly and Spectre has himself a radiance. Those are 2 items that do not do anything for the survivability, but they do everything as far as their damage goes. So Spectre has really nice damage output because of radiance, and Anti-Mage has really nice damage output plus a certain percentage of survivability because of that main style evasion change, which is really helping him out. But Anti-Mage is definitely getting the upper hand, as you guys obviously see, mainly because not only is he not diving as far as Spectre was diving, but he's also getting himself the bonus coming out from the evasion coming out from the butterfly. Ice Pack coming up from Jakiro. Anti-Mage might be dying. He didn't recently buy back. Dark Shade throws out a vacuum, saving his bro's life. Bats on that Lone Druid, just trying to make sure that Anti-Mage makes it all alive. Who's taking damage? Anyway, hook coming up from Pudge. Pudge does get caught. Actually, no, hook coming up from Rubick, I think. Did Rubick stay alive that whole entire time? Not too sure. And we got a Ghost After coming out from Pudge. Pudge does kill himself, commit suicide. Very cute play coming out from him. He does have a Ghost After, like I said. He's actually trying to make it alive. He does still go down to Timbersaw because that's pure damage. You can't do anything to block that. Rubick still is the ulti coming out from Timbersaw. No, he still has Timber Chain instead. That's not who he wants. And Rubick might actually be going out. He throws out Timber Chain. He will be able to make it out because of that. Timbersaw's right on his tail. 4-step forward coming up from Rubick. And Candles just juking like a boss. Just trying to play just trying to be a better Spider-Man than Timbersaw. Ulti coming out from Spectre. Telekinesis from Rubick. On top of that Spectre illusion, and Rubick does go down to the to the burn damage coming out from that Radiance. And Rubick almost able to make it alive, and this game is going back and forth and back and forth. It's hard. It's extremely difficult to call it right now. The Dire are in a very bad situation, mainly because they lost, what was it, 3 racks, and they also lost themselves 2 towers, 2 tier 3 towers, which are really hard to kill. But Anti-Mage pretty much just showed up and essentially killed the top one all by himself. The middle one, I think he got killed in the last siege, and the bottom one is actually pretty low because Anti-Mage was just, like I said, he just showed up and just tried to kill it. But the tier 3 tower, the outer tower, wow, tier 1 tower, sorry. Tier 1 tower on the bottom lane is still up. I didn't realize that. It finally will be going down. Some extra gold coming out from the Darian. Let's go and take a look at the goal graph because, oh man, look at the XP. Holy crap, that thing is hitting 0. Look at the goal graph. As far as the goal graph goes, I mean, it's really tower gold plus hero kills. More so tower gold than really hero kills. That's a difference between, what was that, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 4 towers claimed by the Dire. And for the Radiant, they claimed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Wow, 9. Oh, are you kidding? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. I counted that wrong. They claimed 8 towers, which equates to 8,000 gold. Plus you have racks. So let's say racks count as 1,000 golds, you know, per pair. So that's 9,000. No, yeah, 9,500. Because this rack's still up. So 9,500 gold. If you take that away, that's pretty much the gold graph is not that big of a difference. That's really just Anti-Mage's farm. That's all that really is. So it's a pretty darn close game if you take those towers out of the equation. Now, of course, those towers are in the equation, and the gold is helping out the Radiant a lot. But as you guys can see, the net worth is actually pretty even on both sides. It's pretty much. Oh man! Oh my God! Look at that! Holy crap! Can you have a better picture, guys? Look at that beautiful picture. It's pretty much even. Like it's like Anti-Mage Spectre. We have a Invoker versus Timbersaw. You have a Druid versus. Wow. Okay, that's not what we want, Druid. But you have Druid versus Warlock. Yeah. Oh my God! This is beautiful. Perfect timing. Thank you, Dota guys, for showing me that beautiful picture and making me actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. For once. As far as the XP graph goes, as I was saying about XP graph, the XP graph is relatively irrelevant because long and long the game goes on, the closer converges to 0, but it's still a really nice indicator where everybody is at this current point in time. And as you guys can see, the XP graph did show that it's pretty much hitting that 0 mark. And we are not that far into the game, but Anti-Mage is level 23. Spectre, she's probably very, very, very close by on her levels. As far as I can tell. Yeah, she's level 20, so not as close as I wanted to be. I kind of want to see her level 23, but she is at level 20. She's been roaming quite a bit. She has the Fuse Blade level 2 right now, so that's more charges, more damage, and more illusion damage. Specifically, more illusion damage. But her main style is up, like I said. She also has a Vanguard, which is going to help out in the HP of the illusions. No heart just yet on either Anti-Mage or Spectre. And it's actually making pretty sad. Spectre actually might be getting cut out. If one root comes out, she will be going down. One root will not be coming out. And Lone Jewel will very strongly so take his bear back. And Roshan is coming back up in another 2 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't read that correctly, or incorrectly. And yeah, like I said, Anti-Mage really scary as far as pushing. I don't think I ever finished a coherent thought talking about that. But basically what I'm trying to say is that Anti-Mage can play is very flexible as far as the carry goes. He can be a push type carry, he can be the 40-minute farm up everything or farm up big item carry. He can be the early game, mid game team fight carry. He can be all kind of carries. And I honestly think that those are really all green type of carries. Oh wait, no, there's also another type carry. There's a supporting carry, like an Abaddon, which I think Abaddon's the only example I can think of. But the carry that supports. Hey, I'm carrying this team, but I'm also going to support you guys with my apothic shield and healing stuff. And a 4-stack coming up from Rubick, that definitely ended his own life. He did steal something, I didn't see what it was. He didn't get a chance to use it, sad days. And also didn't get enough time to actually click on it. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage's coming around the corner, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Pudge doesn't have his ulti, so Pudge didn't throw out the hook. and Spectre wasn't really in prime position to actually go for kill on top of him. Meanwhile, we got Timbersaw just playing Spider-Man for a few moments, trying to do what he can to push his creep waves back. He does have a Bloodstone that is a very, not necessarily a very late Bloodstone, but not the most ideal in the world. Typically, you want to have like maybe a 25-minute Bloodstone if you're trying to build a Bloodstone. But a Bloodstone is up on top of Timbersaw. So if he can collect a few kills, that might really help his team later on, but he's actually going to be getting chased by Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is going to completely undo all the work that Timbersaw just worked so hard to do. He's rappel like Spider-Man around the side. He threw out his ulti as well, and then he threw a few walling deaths just to go for the damage, but oh my gosh. Anti-Mage just right-clicking 3 creeps and they're all dead. And he has a heart as well. So finally, that gap in Anti-Mage's play is finally gone. His vulnerabilities are finally, or actually no, he doesn't have boost of travel or power traits. He still has trinket boots, so that's really going to slow him down as far as running away goes. But he can blink, so who really needs to run when you can blink? Am I right? Anyway, Spectre down the bottom. She's actually getting caught out. One root coming out from the lone Druid bear. No continuous root, so no root gaming coming out from that Druid. Bats feeling probably feeling pretty sad about that. He's starting to build himself a Hood of Defiance. That's actually a really nice item to have. He's basically just trying to make sure Lone Druid, the main Druid, Lone Druid can actually stay alive. So that way Spear Bear can keep doing all the damage he wants. We're showing back up. These guys are going to be going to go ahead and jump into it. As far as bigger items on the map, we see a Refresher coming up on Warlock. That'll be pretty huge for him to have if he can ever get the farm for it. And that's actually the third Roshan. So Cheese is up on Lone Druid. Cheese is more important on Druid than the Aegis because whenever, actually, hold on, well, we see Darkseid getting caught in the worst way possible. Oh, no, it's not Darkseid. That's a Spectre. Holy crap, that's not the one you want. The rest of her team are nowhere nearby. They can't really jump in here. Anti-Mage is actually around the corner trying to go for the kill on top of a few people, or he's trying to push the tower here and there. Spectre able to get a kill on top of one person, but her own illusion is actually doing quite a bit of damage. Warlock forced to throw his ulti, and probably not the most prime spot in the world. Bats on that Lone Druid, able to survive just a little bit longer. Just a few more hits is all the Warlock only needs. The Aghanim Scepter on top of the Lone Druid, on top of Warlock didn't really matter. And those Warlock golems still dead. That is what they were. Spectre bought back. Yeah, Spectre bought back. She wants to go for the kill on top of Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage able to blink away. Spectre still does have vision on, but she can't necessarily follow because Anti-Mage has blinks every what, 4 seconds or 5 seconds, something like that, something crazy. Lone Druid still trying to run away. Bats. Will he be able to make a line? Timbersaw trying to go for as much nuke damage as possible on top of Rubick. Ulti coming up from Timbersaw. Timbersaw didn't throw it far enough, so it won't be really catching anybody too much. Lone Druid Bear is still on the backside following him up, and Rubick might be going down. There we go. No, Rubick. Invoker might be going down. Invoker does go down too. The Spectre, or because the Spectre defuses blade. I mean, we got Bats on the Lone Druid getting chased, and I think the Dire just said, screw this, we're gonna kill this Lone Druid, bro. We're gonna kill this Lone Druid. And then, meanwhile, Anti-Mage is killing all the rats. The supports are the only ones left here to defend, and they can't necessarily defend. Pip on that Warlock can't really do much outside of slap Anti-Mage, and Anti-Mage says, I can heal it up in like 2 seconds. Heck, I can heal up in less than 2 seconds. What was Warlock damage? Warlock damage is hitting for 100 and... Oh, it just changed. I can't do math. 111? So Anti-Mage can heal up in literally 2 seconds. Actually, less than 2 seconds. Man, I need 2 seconds. Because it ticks every second. If I'm not mistaken. Hey look, Anti-Mage's full HP already. Well, almost. There we go, now he's full HP. Hold on, wait for it. There we go, he's full HP now. And he actually has some nice mana regeneration coming out from that Perseverance. Perseverance, really nice supplemental item. And we got a man fight coming out from Spectre, and we also got a man fight coming out from Anti-Mage. Who will be winning the fight? Big question. Spectre will be losing it because we have a Rubick intervening. Ulti coming out from Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage has Aegis though, don't forget that. Spectre able to make it out alive. So Spectre technically winning that team fight. I mean, we got Anti-Mage, he's getting caught inside the slow from Warlock, and oh my gosh, Mantis style pop by Anti-Mage just to make sure that he can actually get out alive. Lone Druid throws out, not Lone Druid, Pudge throws out his Ghost Scepter, trying to see if he can catch somebody. He's trying to kill the creeps. But they're moving a little bit too far away. And pretty much that ends the entire engagement. And as far as the kill counter goes, the kill counter is only 11-23. That's an extremely curious thing to see. A lot of people might say, oh man, what's going on? The Dire, they obviously have the advantage because they have more kills. But don't forget, guys, the name of the game is definitely Defense of the Ancients. So it does not like the game gets 0 explicit words. How many kills you have, it gets 0 explicit words. How much gold you farmed up, it doesn't really care what items you built. All it really cares is if you kill the ancient or not. And as you guys can see, the Radiant are in a prime position to kill the ancient. They have the advantage in both. Actually, they have advantages technically all 3 lanes. All 3 lanes, almost every single lane is gonna keep pushing. All these melee ranks are range ranks. Those are ranged barracks. So pretty much every lane is gonna be pushing. We got Invoker coming around the corner. He's gonna get caught out by the nobody. Never mind. Pudge not gonna be able to line up the hook. Yes, like I said, the name of the game is Defense of the Ancients, and if you can't defend those Ancients, you're going to lose. It doesn't matter how many kills you got, doesn't matter how much you farmed, doesn't matter what items you built. So the Radiant, despite the fact that they're down in kills, they don't care. Anti-Mage has his farm. Anti-Mage can't be stopped. There's nothing these guys can do to stop Anti-Mage. And especially when Anti-Mage has such a supporting cast, like Anti-Mage is going to go ahead and dirk on top and farm up his other items so he can get 20 slotted, while his team is just being a nuisance to everybody else. Just make sure these guys stay occupied. This bottom set of racks should be going down pretty soon. They're trying to defend as much as they can. Lone Druid Bear literally just showed up, punched him once, and there's dead. Mega Creeps are up on the side of the Radiant. And Pudge gets hooked by Bear. Bear might be able to finish off the Pudge. No, won't be able to finish off the Pudge. We got the Ice Pack coming out from Rubick. He did steal. That's a very nice spell for him to steal. Ulti coming out from Rubick, or from Warlock, just to keep Rubick in place, and also just to stop bats on that Lone Druid from actually run away. He does still run away. He's able to get around the side. Timbersaw trying to look for a tree. No trees around. Warlock kill all the trees, and Tada on that dark tree does go down. And oh my gosh, it's a fight turner just like that. Anti-Mage is not really involved in this fight right now. Where's Anti-Mage? There's Anti-Mage. He's chasing himself by a wild Warlock. I mean, he's chasing a Warlock while the rest of his team dies. He got the Warlock though. It's okay. He got the Warlock. And now we got the fight happening toe-to-toe Timbersaw versus Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is going to go ahead and blink away. He's trying to look for a best juke path, but his path is getting cut off every which way. We got Pudge with the hook. Hook does just barely miss. Spectral Dagger did just see where he went, so they know where he's at. But can they do anything about it is a big question. He's already full HP, and his mana is coming up that much faster. This is quite ridiculous as far as regeneration goes. This is why I said Anti-Mage needs that heart so he can actually jump in on this fight. So we got the man fight officially happen. Spectre versus Anti-Mage. Spectre and Anti-Mage do both back away, but Spectre's completely out of mana. The difference between Spectre and Anti-Mage right now is the fact that Anti-Mage has some mana regeneration. And he has a heart. Sorry. He has a heart and mana regeneration. So he has regeneration, period. Spectre's actually buying herself a Vladimir's offering to supplement her HP regeneration, also give her some lifesteal. It's cool and all, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna help out. I honestly think she just bought it so she can farm these Mega Creeps without losing too much. And also help her team farm everything. But it doesn't matter. Middle tier 4 tower does go down. That's tower number 1. Just tower number 2 is left, and then it's the Ancient all the way, and that's pretty much all that's left. That's pretty much all that's keeping these guys in his game. And it's a really curious thing, because like even if the Dire do win like 2 or 3 team fights, they're still going to be hard pressed to push out of the base. Like if they win 1 team fight, they'll be able to push the creeps like right about there. By the time that everybody comes back up, oh sorry, that's big. Right about in that generator area, when the creeps come back up. And actually, we see a team fight happen around the corner. We got Timbersaw going down first. He should be dying soon. No, Invoker's not going to be able to finish off. Rubick stole something. I didn't see what it was. Rubick stole hook. Pretty cute thing for him to have. Ulti coming up from Spectre. She wants to go for the fight. She does come straight on top of Rubick. Rubick will be taking all the damage of war. He does good. I try to force himself around the corner, juking, bob, and weave. Dark to your wall did good throw now, so it's making Spectre do quite a bit of damage to herself. And she does go down actually around the corner. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage, where's Anti-Mage? Anti-Mage's still here. Anti-Mage shows up. We got the macro pride getting thrown out by Star on that Jakiro. He popped himself a Ghost Scepter, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to be going down. Cole's not coming up from Invoker just to make sure that Jakiro doesn't do anything too cute. And Jakiro does go down. I don't know where his body went, but he just died. And the Ancient's finally getting attacked. That's pretty much it. GG. That was a pretty intense game. And a great way to end the night for me as a caster, that is. But for you guys are watching the video in daytime, so you guys don't care what I'm saying right now. Anywho, oh wow, double Divine Rapier on Anti-Mage. I did not realize that he had that much gold, guys. Anti-Mage had so much farm that he decided to build himself 2 Rapiers, and he wasn't satisfied. 806 gold per minute. I mean, if he was playing Alchemist, that would be a crazy amount of gold. This is what makes Anti-Mage one of those really scary carries, because he can just flash farm like that, just so efficiently. Just blink around all the camps and kill everything, collect all the gold. That's exactly what it's saying. So anyway, my name is Cul Blu. It's you guys, random podcast number 61. Like I said before, it's the second recording, so the other one, sadly, I did not hit the record button. But I did hit the record button on this one, I made sure. And shout out to, of course, Static, also Noobs R Us, and one more. There's one more person. Hold on. Oh, Hungry Magikarp. Shout out to all three of those guys. They were playing in that match that I wasn't able to cast. They actually played against each other. It was actually pretty cool to see. But yes, anyway, I'll end it there. The Dota TV just kicked me out because, hey, Cul Blu, you're taking too long. You're rambling too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. I'll see you guys whenever.